year 2028, one Big Mac will equal $1 million. From the Gospel of John McAfee. Bro, just learn to code. The Project Freedom Podcast.
What's up, guys? I'm Josh, or as you probably know me, eLift Program, and I'm here to talk to you about Developer Direction. What is Developer Direction, you might ask? We are the ultimate IT network and training academy. Ever heard of Fight Club? Yeah, it's kind of like that, but with more computing power. We teach and give courses just like boot camps, but that's not all. We help people actually get jobs, unlike colleges, and we help people get better jobs with better pay and a better life. Here at DD, you don't get grades because your performance is reflected upon by how good you're doing in the real world. You won't accumulate hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt because we offer a one-time yearly fee that's a fraction of that price. And you won't be wasting your time learning about the latest and greatest social trends because you'll be too busy learning about the latest and greatest trends in the tech and IT market. From courses to networking, to problem solving, to teaming up together on projects, giving and receiving mentorship, we've got it all. So whether you're a beginner who knows nothing about code or tech, a college student, or a 50-year vet, we got you covered. So head on over to developerdirection.com. We got one of our favorite courses, Blockchain Fundamentals, updated for everything that's going to be the latest and greatest in blockchain technology for 2022. Check it out. Sign up for the mail list if you want to keep up with our latest and greatest. Boom, baby. I'm live. How are you guys doing tonight? I cannot breathe out of my nose, if you can't tell by the sound of my voice. Rio, good evening. Says I finally joined DD. I thought that was you. I thought that was you that signed up. You and a couple other guys, and I saw your name, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely him. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. So, guys, you're gonna have to bear with me because I literally can't breathe out my nose tonight. I have no idea why. It's been since the moment I woke up this morning. I have been unable to breathe out of my nostrils. So, in between every word, I'm probably going to have to take a breath because I'm going to have to be a mouth breather on this stream. But alas, I figured I would just do an Ask Me Anything type of stream today. However, I was looking into using Blog Talk Radio because I wanted people to call in. I was looking into using Blog Talk Radio, but unless I use OBS, which would have been fine, I could have used OBS to stream today, although I really didn't want to. Unless I use OBS, can't use Blog Talk with the software that I'm using now, but I can send a link to the literal stream and let people come in and out as they please. So I'm going to do that, and you can join. You guys, whenever you come in or whatever, if someone wants to join, I can post the link, and you don't have to have your camera on, but you can just be audio only, and that is how we'll do the talking. Are you the only one here? Potentially. I know someone else just came in. Let's see. Yeah, it's Friday, so like, who the hell wants to come? Who the hell wants to sit on the stream on a Friday night? Go figure. Until then, though, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the news. And I'm also going to do other things that I just want to do. So let's see. One thing in particular that I heard about was that Adidas bought a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT during I'm not sure the exact time frame, but it was when the market was down a little bit. I mean, the market is down now, obviously, right? However, though, one thing I do want to talk about is this, guys, right here. Okay. So, billionaire investor Charlie Munger thinks China was right to ban Bitcoin. Basically, I think he said, let's find the exact quote. The quote that I read, he literally had said, I hate Bitcoin. I wish they never created it. Boy, oh boy, guys. Boy, oh fucking boy. So let's see. Charlie Munger, the vice chair of Warren Buffett-owned investment conglomerate Berkshire Hathaway, believes China made the correct decision in banning Bitcoin. The billionaire investor, who has never been a fan of Bitcoin, has now promoted a disparaging response on social media with his latest criticism of crypto. Does this dude even know how to use social media? Let me see if I can read it in his voice. Oh, the Chinese made the correct decision, which is just to simply ban them, Munger said in an interview of the Son Hearts and Minds Investment Conference. The Australian Financial Review reported Friday. The Chinese state has introduced much tougher measurements against crypto in recent months, outlawing trading and banning financial institutions from offering any crypto-related services, while also tightening its crackdown on the mining industry. Munger praised China for coming down hard on its investment booms and not letting them go too far. They're acting in a more adult fashion, he said. They were right to step down so hard on corruption. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Corruption. You mean like the corruption of the literal financial system that you are a part of, Mr. Munger? Oh, couldn't have been that, because obviously that's not real. Obviously, none of the things that I've been talking about in the last few years have come true. It's obviously all just fake. Obviously, it's all fucking fake, guys. It's all fucking fake. He added that he wished, there he is. There it fucking is. That he wished crypto had never been invented. Wow. Wow. Why do you think he said that? They're saying they're just saying the quiet part out loud now, guys. They're literally just saying the quiet part out loud. All of a sudden, Hillary Clinton. I mean, there's so many of them that I can't even name now. People coming out the fucking woodwork who don't even know anything, don't even know the most minuscule amount of details about any of this stuff, are talking about how bad it is. Orange coin bad, right? What do we know from our previous several years of history? What do we know that is indicative of when NEWS or politicians or well-known people come out all together at a specific time to say a specific negative thing about something? I would venture to say, like I've said in the past, usually whatever they say, they're just so unbelievable now. Whatever they say, and I'm not saying this is the correct thing to do, whatever they say, I'm literally think to myself in the head, because of people, they've done this too many times now. I literally say to myself, all right, the complete and total inverse of this is probably more likely to be true than what they're saying. Ria says, how do I access the courses? Come to the webinar on Sunday, and we're going to get you set up along with all the other new people. If you do actually want to start something beforehand, that's fine. I can give you something. I can give you a pre-recorded course, but you got to come to the webinar on Sunday though, because we need to get you set up. BTC took a shit today. Totally unexpected. Nah, I'm expecting it to be a bumpy ride for the next couple of months, guys. The game was rigged from the start. Yep. No, he's just upset because Bitcoin will make him have to change his strategy. Yeah. Well, okay. All these people got wealthy off of that system. All right. They got wealthy off of that system, and cryptocurrency threatens that system. So, like, if they can't have control over it, they're not going to be able to remain. They're not going to be able to. What they have is not going to be able to remain the same. It challenges the dollar. Yeah. The normies still believe them. Let me mute this real quick so I can blow my snotty ass nose, and then I'll comment on that. Good grief. I'm such a mouth breather today. This is miserable, guys. Absolutely Miserable. But hey, you got to live with it. More and more of them are waking up, dude. More and more people are seeing like, okay, normies would still believe all the stuff that they hear and that's going on if the rug pulling happened over like several year increments like it has in the last 100 years, right? But the fact that it's like at an almost monthly basis now, it's not gonna people it's just happening too quick. It's happening too fucking quick. People can see it now, and all that stuff is no longer in a memory hole. It's still fresh in front of everyone's mind to remember. Bobo season, says X City Rollin'. Do you think that the oldest money secretly buys crypto? Yeah, absolutely. It's a debt-based system Ponzi scheme. Yeah. Yes, it is. It is. You got the new root beer? Common cold? This is actually allergies. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I should go and ask for help. Oh no, it's all over. It's all fucking over. No, I got no idea. I feel completely fine other than the fact that I can't breathe out of my nose. So what else? What else, fellas? What else on the news over here? Obviously, besides this total... I can't take this seriously anymore. Like, I just can't. I absolutely can't anymore. Like, boy, oh boy, gentlemen, it is going to be a very interesting next few months. All I have to say is a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun staying poor. That's for sure. That is for fucking sure. There wasn't really any other big news besides that. I mean, I think that was like an obvious thing. Every time things start to wrap up, you guys are just going to start to notice that they're just going to start like just saying whatever they can to control the market as much as they possibly can. And hey, I could not know anything what I'm talking about. They could all just be a coincidence, just like everything else that happened to come true that I talked to friends and family about for the last 2 years. Or I have a crystal ball, or I just like use common sense, which nobody has anymore. But hey, somebody's got to use it, right? If you did get before 1970 and knew that was happening, was going to get rugged by the powers that be. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put if anyone does want to hop in, the link for the stream in the chat. Call on in. You don't need to have your camera on. You can do whatever it is that you please. Just obviously stay somewhat politically correct, please. Don't get me kicked off air. But until then, I'm going to go back and do what I wanted to do earlier. All right, so one thing I was looking into, guys, is this right here. Using IPFS plus Ethereum name services. And actually, I found this guide, and I want to know more about it because I was planning on doing this early this week, and I never got around to it. But essentially, this has been being able to, well, you know what? Let's just read the article, guys. Decentralize your website. When hosting a website, usually you use a dedicated VPS like DigitalOcean, Linode, Google, or Amazon. After setting up your server, you can register a domain at Google Domains, Namecheap. There's a couple bazillion places you can do that at. The last step is editing your DNS records to point to your domain at your server, just like you would any other time you build a website. And now you can access your website by navigating to your domain name. However, there's a problem with this. Your VPS controls the hosting of your site, and the domain names, services you went with maintains control over your domains. What happens is your VPS goes down, and the company you are using is suddenly blacklisted in your country. Well, that could definitely never happen, right? That'll definitely never happen over here. What if ICANN takes your domain from you, or your domain name service shuts down? Well, these are very unlikely. I don't know about that. They're important and get you thinking about what you would do if you couldn't host your website anymore or your domain was taken away. Using IPFS, Interplanetary File System, and ENS, Ethereum Name Service, you can host and serve your website in a completely decentralized way, which this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool if you ask me. So let's talk about IPFS. IPFS is described as a peer-to-peer hypermedia protocol designed to make the web faster, safer, and more open. You can think of IPFS as HTTP, or like a CDN, content delivery network. It is a way of querying resources, except rather than the resources being hosted for a few large data centers controlled by Google, Amazon, etc., the files are decentralized and hosted across various nodes run by anyone across the world. HTTP looks up resources based on the URL, but IPFS uses hashes to look up resources on this network. An example of IPFS hash is this long hash right here, which I'm not going to read, and can be accessed through a gateway like Cloudflare, such as cloudflare-ipfs.com. Well, I'm not going to read that. You guys can see. Hash points to the starting files for hosting your own IPFS node. As you can see, it only shows links to other files. And there's a little picture of that. But an IPFS hash can also point to a website such as tornado.cash. Have you guys ever been to tornado.cash? That website's for bad boys. Don't go to that website. A crypto mixer, which was just recently deployed to IPFS. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that they had that on IPFS. Okay. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. All right. So in summary, IPFS provides a few major benefits: decentralized content network, immutable, censorship resistant, all things that only bad people, very, very bad people would like. Definitely nobody who's good would ever like that kind of stuff. Nonstop Drake says, do you think what's happening now is similar to what happened in Afghanistan? Too much too soon. So normies are rebelling by buying and believing crypto more as a store of value against inflation. Yeah and no. Like, dude, I think what's happening right now is unprecedented. I think what's happening now, like at least at the rate that it's happening now, is unlike anything else that has happened, simply because, at least that we know of, because we have the internet nowadays, which first of all allows them to do more things, but it also allows us to spread information faster. They fucked up when they gave us the internet, but everybody can see it now, guys. Like, everybody can see it. I don't think I have to literally like sit here and point out specifically what is happening in the world. At this point, it's the whole fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, well, I'm a fucking idiot. Fool me 4 times, I'm not thinking right at all. Fool me 5 times, I'm absolutely retarded and I don't deserve to be able to have an opinion on the matter. Fool me 6 times, well, I think you get the point, right? It's the same kind of stuff back when there was a particular orange guy that happened to be running for a particular position in politics, and whether or not you liked that orange guy or not, maybe you didn't even care at all. Maybe you didn't like him, but it got to the point where there's only a certain amount of time that it takes for people to realize that there's a coordinated, opinionated attack on said orange guy, that you start to think to yourself, hey, not all that stuff that they're saying about that orange person is 100% correct. I know he's kind of an asshole, and I know that he might not be the best kind of fit for the thing that he's trying to do, but something's weird about how all these people at the same time are saying bad things about one person. It's almost like they're desperate for a specific outcome. They're desperate for people to think a certain thing. Have you guys ever had, like, I'll put it to you like this. If you guys, whatever you think of in your life, have you ever had a leader? Maybe it was a mentor. Maybe it was just like a person, like even a teacher, a leader over you and several people who you knew was like a strong leader, was a good leader, was stern and strict but fair. Nobody really like hated them. Nobody went out of their way to hate. Or maybe people did hate them, right? But that leader most likely never probably went out of their way over and over and over and over again to say something specifically negative towards maybe an enemy that they had. Because if they really were that confident and strong, they wouldn't, and strong in their convictions as well, they wouldn't need to have to continually try to jab things into people's mind in order to make them feel a certain way. They were most likely thinking, people can think what they want. Everyone's going to see anyway. If they're that strong in their convictions, they don't need to have to convince people something, because it just, to them, it's like, it's so obvious to them. They're like, hey, everybody's going to see it anyway. Pack Global has an IPFS called Yan DNA. Interesting. Yep. It's almost like it's all part of the plan. The Joker. Yep. It's almost like, guys, that it's all a part of a plan. It's the one good thing about having technology iterate, boomers in charge. Since they can't keep up with new technology, yeah. I mean, and not to sound like an asshole, but like people don't live forever, right? So boomers, it's not like they're going to be around for forever. No one has a problem if it's all part of the plan. Good point. Good point. Guys, I think, hold on, let me see something real quick. Hopefully I don't mouth breathe too hard in this thing. Oh my goodness. My nose is so jacked up that I ordered pho. And I ordered with the pho like 18 different extra packets of sriracha. And I think the pho is here. And I think I need to drink the warm sriracha broth water to open up my nostrils. Man, it's just this is upsetting because I really had a lot of stuff I wanted to be able to vocalize tonight. But it's hard when you only breathe out your mouth currently, and you have to pause after every few words so that you can breathe. But yes. Mr. Perez Jr., I think you get it. I think that you get it. I'm not sure. No, it's not a cold, dude. It's not a cold. Unless, I don't know, maybe it's the insert Greek letter here. Plus mileage variant credit card. All right. The pho is in my lobby, guys. And I ordered this an hour and a half ago, and I thought it was going to be here by now. So I don't know. I don't know what to do, guys. What do I do? Should I take you guys with me downstairs in the lobby? I wish I could. I wonder, can I queue up? Can I do this? Hold on. Huh. Let's see. Hold on. Hold up. Hey. I don't think I can queue up this in here. Wah, wah, wah. If crypto on in its current state was around in the early 90s, what do you think society would be like now? Shoot. That's a good ass question, dude. I think, man, if the end game for crypto is to have the decentralization of like wealth and information, which is what? Power? Guys, I mean, in all honesty, if we're talking here, wealth and information is a form of power. If that had already gone into fruition, then things would probably be a lot different than they are. Lemon juice and habanero sauce. I have a pot boiling on the stove right now with lemons in it. It's the Z variant. No, wait, don't you know that one doesn't exist, dude? That one doesn't exist because they removed it. Were you sneezing all day? Yeah, I was sneezing all day. Eat wasabi to clear up your nose. I was sneezing, but it's not like, guys, it's not like green snot. It's all clear. It's all 100% clear. That's how I know it's sinuses. And I have bad sinuses. Like, so something could have just came in the air. That's it. That's it, baby. That's all. Oh yeah, but I'm hopefully they have wasabi because I'm going to plan on putting the entire thing inside my mouth. And then I'm at a crossroads because then what do I do, guys? Do I make the pho in front of you guys on the stream? I feel like that's kind of rude. I feel like that's rather rude, wouldn't you guys say? It can wait a bit. It can wait. You think it's about to get cold here in Miami? It doesn't really get cold here though, right? It just gets to like high 60s. I'm fine with that. That's cool with me. It was 82 today though. It was actually nice. It was a nice day. It was a rather nice day. But yeah, and then guys, on this site, there's some instructions on how to like run that kind of stuff. Wait, don't remove that. There you go. There's some instructions on how to run it. So first, you need to deploying to IPFS, which you need to start your own node. There's a link there with, I'm sure, installation guide on it. Pinata upload. Registering ENS domain. I have a couple of those, so that would be fine. Example 123.eth. What a name. There's a lot you can add. ETH addresses along with other cryptos like Bitcoin and Litecoin. Even your email or GitHub. I wouldn't want to put that on there. And then you can create a transaction record with a DNS link value, like DNS links equals IPFS/hash. Wow, that's actually pretty easy. That is actually pretty easy. Pretty easy. Okay, so I already knew you could do this stuff. The part I didn't know is like what happens if you want to unlink it later and link it to something else, like a wallet. I'm pretty sure you can. From my understanding, you can do that because they're all tokenized, right? You should be able to sell that token to someone else later. Or give it for free if you want. Clearview just equals a new variant, aka a new world oyster. I only sneeze a lot before it gets cold. Jash, says Matt W. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Oh boy. Let's see, guys. Is it here? Am I going to have to rug you guys? Oh, yeah, it's been here 4 minutes ago. God blessed. Okay, so here's what I'll do. Tomorrow, this would be... Okay, so this is stream number 6 in a row. So I have surpassed the goal of 5 in 1 week. So kudos to myself. So I did 6. I want to do 7 though. I want to do 7 in a row. So I'm definitely going to stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to go and do something with this nostril issue that I have. And we can do the exact one tomorrow. Imagine if Fed secretly controlled Bitcoin the whole time. Talk about a rug pull. How would you react? I mean, like... Obviously, anyone would react negatively about that, but the way that it's set up, that's like an impossibility. It's possible that they created it. That's definitely a possibility, but they don't have no central entity has control over it now. It's all over the place. It is impossible. Impossible. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. There's a lot with this stuff, guys. Listen, to make a point here, there is a lot of changes that are going to occur in the next 1, 5, and 10 years. Okay, a lot. And I actually really wanted to talk about this tonight. And if I had the ability to breathe, it would be easier. And we can talk about this on the next one. But seriously, guys, and I'm not going to say this to scare people. A lot of jobs aren't going to exist anymore in the very, 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 very not so distant future. Okay. We're going to see I believe that we're going to see some crazy changes a lot sooner than later. I think it's going to happen so fast, just like everything else has been happening fast. It's going to rock some people's fucking worlds. And a lot of people aren't going to be prepared for it, to be quite frank. A lot of people aren't going to be able to be financially stable because they weren't preparing for it financially. A lot of people aren't going to have any skills in the real world that are going to be valuable because they weren't preparing for it prior to. And a lot of people are just going to be too old to be able to do anything. And they're going to, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. Pinging off again the stream that I had called Humanity Hard Fork. That hard fork's coming sooner than later, my friends. A lot sooner than later. And do you want to be the person that's going to be eating the bugs, or do you want to be the person that has freedom? Which apparently freedom is a bad word nowadays. However, that being said, one thing you can do, instead of me sitting fear-mongering everybody, if you guys are at least interested about learning something that can help you in the future, if you are my viewers, you already know the blockchain fundamentals course is open again for enrollment until December 12th. Other than that, I mean, think about what you can do, guys, in the real world. If you are working for a company right now, what would you do in the real world that could solve problems if that company didn't exist anymore? And I'm not trying to say that every single company is going to zero. All right. That's definitely not the case. But think about what you could do. And let's just say, if you had a date and that date was I don't know, January 30th, and you only had these next 60 days to prepare, what would you do? What would you prepare mentally? How would you prepare financially? How would you prepare emotionally? And hey, nothing could happen at all. It could all be fine. But at the very least, if at least you're mentally prepared for some craziness that's going to go about, venture to say you'd be better than someone who is completely blindsided by it. Adapt and overcome with stoicism. Yeah. Correctamundo. If paint supply doesn't completely stop, I can keep doing that. And maybe we can make paint too, Matt, instead of DuPont. How much time does DeSantis have left in charge of Florida? I have no idea, dude. Hey, I'm just a new Floridian. I haven't been a Floridian for more than a year yet, so I have no idea. It's a good question, though. Let's Google it. I don't even know how to he's declared candidacy. Okay, schedule on August 23rd, 2020. Yikes! That's right around the corner. Wah, wah, wah. I don't know if he can run for election again, though. I'm sure that boy will be fine. 1 year. Yeah. All I need is titanium? Yeah, well then, dude, you can probably do a better job than DuPont. Go figure. All right, guys. I'm going to do a stream tomorrow. We're probably going to continue up on the same topic, and I'm going to try to get this nose thing sorted out. I love you all. You guys have a great night. I'm going to eat the largest ball of wasabi, and I'm going to put sriracha sauce up my nose, and hopefully that'll do the trick. One more. Do you think Florida will stay base after DeSantis or becomes New York 2.0? Well, I think that's going to depend on who's going to be in control afterwards, just like everywhere else, right? That's going to depend on who's making the rules. That is what I think. Good night, guys.